I didn't think Tyson would quit. And so I'm like, there's no way everybody quit. Like, no way. But the conditions were horrible. And it just boils down to how bad do you want it and is it worth it? For some people it is, and for some people it isn't.
We got the winners of the Challenge USA, Sarah and Danny. How's it going?
Good.
Couldn't be better.
Whoever said money can't buy happiness, I woke up happy this morning.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you guys. I'm like, you're the official winners of the very first season of the Challenge USA. Like, how has it hit you? Has it hit you that you've won, that you were the very first winners?
Benny, did you watch the season?
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you the whole season I was going to win. So, I mean, how did it hit me? I told you, bro, like the whole time. No, honestly, it's a dream come true. I'm just blessed to have the opportunity to get to do it. And proud of myself, proud of Danny, and the people that I got to meet and the great friends along the way. Honestly, I couldn't ask for a better experience.
Yeah, same here. It hit me when I first won, but it hit me again last night when my mom got to see it. My wife got to see it, and my daughter. My daughter was up till 10:30 last night, and she's pointing at the TV at the watch party, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy." So that's kind of when it really sinks in that you really accomplished something.
I love hearing that, and I just want to say you two definitely deserved it. Sarah, like I was getting worried because you didn't have the money, and Danny, you didn't. That's crazy. Now I'm just thinking about it. Neither of you had the money to make it to the final, and then you get it last minute. You put in all the work and you make it. So congratulations, well deserved. And Danny, I gotta ask you this one question, man. How is Kiki doing? I feel like I know her. I feel like I know her now.
Kiki is amazing. She's amazing. She enjoyed being a part of the season. She's a Challenge super fan. So for her to kind of live that through, well, it was living through me, but then now it's me living it through her because everybody's hitting me up like that's actually Kiki's husband, Danny. So she's enjoying it, man. She loved it.
I didn't have the money. Danny called home and we were gonna have Kiki wire us some money so we have enough in our accounts. Kiki had our back. She was getting that transfer already.
Oh, I love it. I love hearing it. So if there's a upcoming season with like a Challenge Bloodlines, is Kiki gonna be in that? Is she gonna be your partner, Danny?
You know what? If the situation works out for her, then maybe. Like I said, we have a little daughter, so Sarah knows how that is. Listen, when they're that young, they're learning so much, they're changing so quickly. It's tough for her to be away from the little one. So maybe if there's like a special setup for her, then we may be able to get her out there.
Danny, nice. Kiki, wait for Terrible Twos and then do the show then.
Her birthday's next week. She turns 2 on the 22nd.
Oh, so yeah. So get on the horn, get Kiki signed up because she's ready.
She's ready to go.
Very nice. Happy early birthday, Sarah. I want to get to you. So I was rooting for you, like I said, and I've seen your seasons on Survivor. You are a beast. And one thing that was very interesting to me this season is you had a little rivalry with Angela. I want to know, how did that all start? What made you two not see eye to eye with each other?
Yeah, so it's really weird. And honestly, I don't have the answer for that because early on, like, I was probably the closest with Angela the first 2 weeks, up until Tyson and Cash threw me into an elimination. Like, Angela and I were very close, and we were like all about, getting to the end. We want the people that deserve it, like the strong, to be there. Once I got thrown in, and Ben and I were kind of a team. Well, then Tyson and Angela became a team, and then Ben and Tyson were, had a rift too, and it just this wedge just began to grow. And so I can't pinpoint like anything happening because we really we would all keep a journal or whatever. And like, literally, if I go back and read the first, few weeks of it, like I talk about how much, I love Angela and she seems like somebody that I would, and then, yeah, by the end of it, it's like, what happened here? So it's just the nature of the beast. It's the nature of games like this. Stuff like this happens. I don't take any of it personal. So yeah, I don't hate Angela by any means. I would work with Angela. I'd be open to working with Angela. I think it's just a situation that happened.
Okay. And so I guess my next question is, what's your relationship with her now? Are you guys good? Copacetic?
So I wouldn't say she's like, we don't reach out to each other. I did reach out to her during the season when there was, I think, about the Shan elimination, a bunch of stuff between like Alyssa and I think Shan had said some things about Angela, and I'm like, I don't know where that's coming from. And just to tell her like, hey man, like that's not cool. Like, so, but beyond that, we haven't really talked, but again, I don't dislike her. I felt bad for her when that was happening.
Right. And so a lot of stuff went down during the final. In challenge, this has never happened in challenge history where everyone quit except for you two. Because when you finished the final, you had no idea. So what went through both of your minds, you as well, Danny, what went through both of your minds when you found out that everyone quit?
I was just super excited because if you hear TJ explain it, everybody that quits, their money goes back into the pot, right? So at this point, I'm like, more money for us. But when Sarah walked through the door, I was super surprised because I know that Dom, Tyson, and Justine were ahead of her. So I'm like, Sarah just pulled a superwoman, ran up this mountain, did Sudoku really quick, and then sprinted and passed up everybody. Only to find out that she didn't pass up anybody. She told me, yeah, there's nobody there. So I'm like, okay, all right. No, you telling me Tyson is not in it anymore? And they're like, yeah, he quit. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. But great for us though. So super surprising, but I'm glad the winner was Sarah.
Yeah, definitely. No, the first face I saw after the that original puzzle, the one that I couldn't do, it was Danny's face. I never saw another person the rest of the time. Like, so for me, I'm like, Danny's like, no, come on, where'd you pass him at? I'm like, I didn't. Like, I'm telling you, I was so far behind. I didn't pass anybody. And then we're like, wait, but because yeah, I didn't think Tyson would quit. And so I'm like, there's no way everybody quit. Like, no way. But the conditions were horrible. And it just boils down to how bad do you want it? And is it worth it? For some people it is, and for some people it isn't. But yeah, that's the way it worked out.
Because I was trying to figure it out. How bad was the elimination? Because it seemed like it was awful. Like, just the worst in challenge history.
It was bad. The weather was horrible. I don't think that they had planned for the weather to be that bad while we were out there. And it was windy. It was raining. Of course, it was snowing at the top of the mountain. You're wet because you're running and you're sweating, so your body's warm, but everything else is cold because the wind is cold. The overnight portion, it rained the entire night. We're in this tent, so the tent's full of water. Like, every bad thing that could have happened while we were doing that final.
Jeez.
Yeah, and there was no sleep. There was no food besides an onion. It's bad. Like, I don't have gloves on because like the size of glove they had, they gave me like a women's small. They wouldn't fit. So, I'm like going up that, like, I don't have gloves. Danny doesn't have boots on. It's crazy. And we're walking through like ankle deep glacier water, like ice cold, fresh off the top of the mountain glacier water coming down. It was, definitely something that you had to dig deep to get through.
That sounds insane. I can't believe it. And something else is going to be way more insane. You both are now going to be participating in the very first ever the challenge championships, where you're going head to head with some of the best challenge competitors from around the world. So this question is for both of you. How are you going to prepare for this? What's your game plan going to be like? Starting with you, Danny.
I'm gonna do more swimming because I see that is probably going to be a very, very big thing for the upcoming challenges. So I'm gonna get better at swimming. Sarah's gonna send me some puzzles so we can make sure we prepare for that. Other than that, I'm gonna just stick to my normal stuff, man. Doing a lot of running, getting my endurance up, making sure I stay strong. So nobody wants to test me in that elimination pit.
I love it.
Yeah, same. I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? So me and Danny are ready to roll.
Nice. Well, I definitely can't wait to see you both compete again. Congratulations. Thank you both for taking the time to talk with me. And I'm Benny Adams. I will see you guys later.